Spring Wind, The Awakening is a political documentary set in modern Hungary during a time of deep division, corruption, and growing public frustration. The film begins after a major scandal involving President Katalin Novak, who resigns after pardoning a man connected to crimes at a children's home. The scandal shocks the nation and exposes the hidden relationships and protection networks within Hungary's ruling political system. Many citizens begin to feel that justice no longer exists equally for everyone and that powerful elites protect one another while ordinary people suffer the consequences. At the center of the story is Péter Magyar, the former husband of ex-Justice Minister Judit Varga. Initially, he is portrayed as a conflicted insider who once belonged to the political elite but gradually became disillusioned with corruption, propaganda, and hypocrisy. After watching the government sacrifice his ex-wife during the scandal, Péter decides to publicly criticize the system. His emotional interview on the independent program Partisan becomes a turning point as millions of Hungarians see a former insider openly exposing how power operates behind the scenes. As public anger grows, Péter unexpectedly becomes the symbol of a new opposition movement. Massive protests begin across Hungary and people who had lost faith in politics start feeling hopeful again. He forms the Tavaszi movement and travels through towns and villages speaking directly to ordinary citizens about poverty, healthcare collapse, corruption, and fear. Unlike traditional opposition politicians, he uses patriotic language and calls for unity instead of division. The second half of the film focuses on the increasing pressure placed on Péter and his supporters. The government and pro-government media portray opponents as traitors connected to foreign powers. Personal attacks, leaked information, and intimidation campaigns intensify. Péter himself becomes the target of psychological warfare, including the release of private recordings intended to destroy him emotionally and politically. Despite this, he continues speaking about freedom, solidarity, and national renewal. One of the film's most emotional sections follows Péter's symbolic walk to Transylvania, inspired by his earlier spiritual pilgrimage on the Camino de Santiago. During the journey, Hungarians from different regions join him, creating scenes filled with songs, flags, prayers, and emotional encounters. These moments emphasize the documentary's main theme, the desire for reconciliation and collective awakening. Throughout the film, Péter struggles with the personal cost of political life. He misses time with his children, faces constant exhaustion, and questions whether he can continue under such pressure. Yet he insists that fear must no longer control Hungary. Intellectuals and supporters in the documentary argue that his importance lies not only in politics but in convincing people that change may finally be possible. The documentary ends with huge rallies where crowds chant "Tavaszi is flooding," and speakers declare that Hungarians are no longer afraid. Rather than presenting Péter as a perfect hero, the film emphasizes collective responsibility. It argues that no leader alone can save the country. Ordinary citizens must also rediscover courage, solidarity, and hope. The final message is that Hungary's awakening has only just begun and the future depends on whether people can overcome fear and shape their own destiny together. If you enjoy watching this video, then subscribe to Angel Recaps for the latest movies explanation.